What is up, everybody? It's your boy Isaac of the Dead, back with another video. I am still working out OBS. I am a baby boy at this stuff, but I'm getting used to it. But today, let's talk about Agatha all along. Now, I finished this show. I was doing reviews. I got to about, I don't know, episode 6, 7, like that. I got busy with school and I started dipping out. Honestly, this show wasn't very good. And now I come across this article on, I guess, MSN about it getting a season 2. We're looking at, is Agatha all along returning for a second season? I doubt it. Or the numbers there? I mean, you know, I don't know if this is going to get a season 2. It doesn't really seem like the kind of show that needs a season 2, right? It was a limited series. It even says right here, oh, wait, no, it says Marvel submitted the series as comedy category, not limited series. But isn't it limited still? There were no plans for a second season in particular. They did kind of set it up in the end, though. That was what I found kind of weird. I guess you could call this my review of the last 3 episodes. I kind of came in late and I didn't really give a fuck. But we had Aubrey Plaza as Rio playing Lady Death way later than she needed to, especially given the fact that Thanos is gone. You know, Thanos is no longer in the story, so why is Lady Death here? That was about as dumb as bringing in Adam Warlock, after Infinity War. But this is the MCU. Nothing makes sense anymore. And then we're led to believe that Agatha Harkness is somehow a good guy. She sacrifices herself or something for Billy Maximoff. And she has this like heroic death. And I legit thought Elizabeth Olsen was going to come back as Wanda Maximoff, just because they would probably pull that off just to get people to watch the show, but they didn't do that. And I still think she's probably going to come back. Elizabeth Olsen is most definitely coming back at some point. I'm willing to bet she'll come back. I mean, if they're going to bring in Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans, they can get anybody back. That's a guarantee. Right? They brought Hugh Jackman back. You know, that dude was done. He was done playing Wolverine, and then they got him back. Money talks, bro. Money talks. But, yeah. It says, hinting that it could return for a second season. Although the show is conceived as a miniseries, the announcement regarding his category shift strongly indicates that Agatha All Along, which follows the morally complex yet irresistibly charismatic. Morally complex? I can understand charismatic. Morally complex. But what? She was a bitch. She was a bitch the entire show. She was a bitch. She treated everybody like shit. She treated she treated Billy Maximoff like a puppy dog. She treated him like shit. she tried to kill all the other witches. What exactly is morally complex about that? She's a bad guy. She's the bad guy. I couldn't find myself to give a fuck about any of those characters because honestly, Patty Lupone, I can't even remember her fucking name in the show. She hates people like me for just having an opinion. Jennifer Kale was race swapped, R.I.P. Who else was there? I want to say Alice Wu. She got murked off screen there. I thought she was going to come back. I was like, oh, they legit just killed her off. Okay. All right. I feel like that would have been more emotional if I cared. This show, all it did was make me want to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer or a better show. And it kind of made me dip out of Dune Prophecy as well. Like I'm getting kind of, I don't mind witch content, right? I think it's kind of cool, but I'm starting to want to see witch hunter content now. Like I kind of want, American Horror Story Coven was pretty good. At least I remember it being pretty good. But now I want witch hunters. I want a story about people hunting witches. I want the Salem witch trials. Like I'm getting kind of tired of all these like Covenants like stories. They get repetitive. It's just like, oh, it's Handmaid's Tale, far leftist jerk off porn, basically. That shows how oppressed women are, but they're all super magical. It's the same intersectional shit we've seen since 2014, maybe longer than that. But yeah, let's see. Charismatic witch Agatha Harkness could. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get a second season of this. I don't see it. It's a sequel to WandaVision and described as part of a trilogy of Marvel TV shows. Trilogy? I know WandaVision and Agatha all along are kind of in sync, but what's... I'm not clicking the link. I'm not going to find out if this is part of a trilogy. Oh, it says third series in the... okay, so the third one hasn't come out as Vision Quest. Now, at this point, who cares? At this point, Marvel's cooked. We all knew Marvel was cooked with the Marvels, right? At this point, it doesn't matter. You can drop anything. Shit, man, you can try and fix your shit. It doesn't matter. Kraven the Hunter came out. I didn't see Kraven. And Sony's already talking about giving the rights to Spider-Man back to Marvel and Disney. If that happens, you will never see Peter Parker again. If my advice to Sony, just make Spider-Man movies. Just make Spider-Man movies. Because if you give the rights to Spider-Man back to Marvel and Disney, they will overstep Peter Parker and go straight to Miles Morales. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. That is what's going to happen. They've been wanting that shit to happen for the longest time. I don't care how many Morbius, Madam Web shit we get, like Kraven the Hunter. Give me more of that if it means protecting Spider-Man. If it means protecting Peter Parker. Because Disney don't know what the fuck they're doing. They never did. They never did. In this Vision Quest thing, who cares? Who cares? White Vision, who cares? Does anybody even remember White Vision from WandaVision? Does anybody give a fuck anymore? Sure, there's always a chance Marvel and Disney could change their minds and make more Agatha all along. Probably a bad idea if they did, but that you never know. Disney has, shown that they can fail upwards. Now, with the Acolyte getting canceled, maybe they're starting to turn things around. Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. You know what? Give me another season of Agatha all along. Give me more She-Hulk. Give me more boring content that I can roast and make money off of here. Jack Schaefer, she really knows what she's doing. I still feel like there's more road to explore with Agatha as a ghost. Get ready, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for what? She's a ghost, she did. That's another part. She had the heroic death in the penultimate episode. Then the actual finale, she comes back as a ghost. But before you see how she is in the present time, we get a flashback. And granted, I like the character work from that flashback where we get to see that she wasn't always a raging bitch. But she had to protect her child, and that her child was stolen by Rio, the Lady Death, essentially offing her baby. And she tried to retaliate by killing a bunch of other women instead of going after Lady Death, I guess. I don't know. I didn't mind the character work for that, but it feels like that origin story should have been explained way sooner in the series instead of when it was in the finale. And it just felt lackluster. It felt boring, out of place. You could watch this show out of order and wouldn't change anything. And she came back as a ghost to help Billy find his brother. I honestly, I don't care. I'm at the point where I don't even know how to review this stuff anymore. I'm not movie review educated enough to review such dog shit. Okay? It's just boring. I can tell you what I like. I can tell you what's good about stuff. But if I'm just going to sit here and bash this shit, what am I supposed to tell you? You fucked up. You failed. Congratulations, Disney. I hope we never get another season of Agatha all along. But anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. This has been Dissect of the Dead. Check out my new album. I will see y'all in a video very soon. Don't smoke